First day trying to record my own journals, and I already failed spectacularly. I recorded for about half an hour, and when I went to go check it, I discovered um, it didn't record. That just tells you how lucky of a person I am right off the bat. It's okay. I didn't really talk about anything important in that one. I just kind of rambled, which is what I do best. I ramble a lot. I think that's kind of all I do, honestly. So, what should I talk about now? I am the product of a divorced family. My mother has been married twice. I'm from the second marriage. I have an older brother and an older sister, and they're from the first marriage, obviously. My mom, I don't know how she managed to get divorced twice when I struggled to get married the first time. My dad isn't a nice person. I don't really talk to him about anything. I don't really talk to him. When I was growing up, I wanted so badly for his approval and for him to love me and to care about me and to think about me, you know? But I knew he didn't. And I got mad at him for it. I got really mad at him for not being there for me. Like I guess most kids have that problem where they just want their dad to like care about them. But I think I'm kind of a special situation, to be honest, because my dad was a crackhead. So, and he's mentally ill. He's schizophrenic. He's a special kind of crazy. Anyway, um, growing up, I would get really excited whenever he came home because that was my daddy, and dads are cool. And I guess he was pretty cool with me. He never hit me, but he did hit my brother and sister, and he definitely hit my mom. I remember the first time that I realized what was going on. I heard like that, and I was like, "What's that noise?" I must have been 5 years old. What's that noise? So I open up my door and I creep outside into the hallway. It's a little louder. My first thought, like, are they having sex? 5 years old, folks. And I creep down the stairs. We had a two-story house. I creep down the stairs and I see my dad standing over my mom, who's in a chair, leaning back, flinching, and his arm is raised. And I'm like, what the fuck? Obviously not in those words, but the child version of what the fuck. And I was like, oh, hell no, you did not. So I go running down the stairs and I jump up and I grabbed his arm and I said, don't hit her. Don't you dare hit her. Stop hitting her. My dad looks down at me and he says, Girl, just go to bed. This is fine. Go to sleep. This doesn't concern you. We'll be fine in the morning. And he's speaking so calmly. It was fascinating. Even now, it's fascinating to look back on. Like, it's not, that's not how normal people function. And, my mom was yelling, don't you do anything in front of her. Don't you dare do anything in front of her. Don't you dare, don't you dare. And my dad eventually, it took him a few minutes, but he did eventually convince me to go back to my bed. I remember walking back up the stairs and I looked back at him and I said, You're not going to touch her again, are you? You're not touching her. He said, No, I'm not. I don't think he did that night. I think he did actually stop that night. It got worse. I always knew that my dad wasn't a very nice person. But I wanted him to be. I wanted really badly for him to be, that dad. The dad, that archetypal dad. But he wasn't. I wanted my mom to be that archetypal mom. And she definitely wasn't. She was very nice, though. I'm really lucky to have my mom. She's the best. I got lucky with her. But I kind of wonder if part of the problems I have in life can be traced back to witnessing my dad beating my mom. Maybe that's why I have so many problems now. Why it took me so long to kind of get my shit together. I'm almost 30 right now. I had to pause my recording because I heard my roommate rustling around in the kitchen. I don't want her to hear me talking because I hate that. I hate when people listen to me. Is that weird? I want to be heard. I just don't want anyone to pay attention to me. I want to be seen. I just don't want to be acknowledged. Sounds like such a bad me problem, right? I think I was talking about my dad. The point of the story is he's an asshole, and he's probably the reason I'm an asshole. I don't try to be an asshole. I just kind of am. I'm mostly just too honest. It gets me into trouble. But you would think that it would get me out of trouble, too. It doesn't. It just makes whatever situation I'm in worse. As an example, if I look at somebody and say, Oh my God, you are so stupid right now. They think that I think that they're actually a stupid person. But I don't. I think in that instant they're being stupid. I say pretty specifically exactly what I mean, word for word. And most people read too far into what I say. Like, I say, oh, yeah, I read that book. It was pretty good. I think that's like my favorite book ever. It's like, no, I literally just read it and it was good. And that's it. There's nothing further to be gleaned from that information. It didn't touch me in ways that no book had ever touched me before, and it wasn't horrible and didn't make me cry or angry, and the writing wasn't bad. It was just, I read it and it was passable. And that's it. And it's so weird to me that people read so much deeper into those passive sentences than what I mean. You know? Because I don't read all that deeply into what other people say. I take everything at pretty much face value. If you say A, B, C, and D, I assume A, B, C, and D. I don't start thinking, well, it could be 1, 2, and 3. Q. I don't do that, and I don't understand people who do that. You're weird. Why would you do that? Why would you waste that much time and energy? Why would you waste that much time and energy in being secretive about what you mean? Unless I say word for word, I do not like you, don't come near me. Chances are, I don't dislike you, and you can be near me. I just broke up with somebody actually over this sort of thing. And that's sad to me. Because she really didn't understand a single word I was saying. And that's sad. She kept saying things like I was blaming her for our relationship problems. And this is something she does every time. This is something she does every time. We've dated before and broke up. She's dumped me twice now. And then this time I finally dumped her. She came up to me and she said, I feel like you're blaming me for all of our relationship problems. And I was just like, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you mad about now? I genuinely don't understand what you're saying to me. What are you mad about? Why are you making a problem for me right now? And she just kept saying, I feel like you were blaming me for all of our relationship problems. It's taken me like 2 weeks now, maybe 3, for me to finally figure out what the fuck she was talking about. A few days prior, I had pointed out, you're really codependent and it's starting to stress me out. I cannot deal with that. I just can't. I am physically, mentally, and emotionally unable to deal with codependence. I just can't do it. I don't even like pretending to try to do it. I just can't. And she got upset. She got butthurt over it, basically. I wasn't intending to be rude about it. I was just pointing out, you're being codependent, and it's hard for me when I have my own shit to deal with. Please back off. Please get your own self-esteem. Don't rely on me for it, because there's going to be times when I'm not here. Get your shit together. Well, that was a fucking mistake. Because then, like I said, a couple days later, she comes up to me. I just feel like you're blaming me for all of our relationship problems. I didn't even fucking know we had relationship problems. Like, unless I say, this is a relationship problem, the dynamics are wrong. Or, this is a relationship problem, we are not communicating. This is a relationship problem, blah, blah, blah. Then I don't see a problem in the fucking relationship. If I say, you're being codependent and I can't handle that, I am literally saying, you're codependent, I can't handle that. Not good, It's not bad. It's literally just what it is. You are codependent. I cannot handle it. Bam! Problem fucking solved. Because there is no problem. It's literally just you're being codependent. And I'm not the kind of person who can do codependency stuff. I am not codependent. I am very not codependent. I'd much rather be completely alone, left alone, and not have to deal with anything. I really kind of only want you around if you're going to be as chilled and relaxed and calm as me. I don't want to deal with hardship. I don't want to deal with difficulties. I don't want to. I just come up to me, let's be happy together. I'm perfectly happy to listen and be supportive of bad days, but I'm not going to solve your fucking problems. It's not my job. And I don't want it to be my job. I don't want to solve your problems for you. Figure your shit out. Do it yourself. I can be supportive. I can tell you I love you and I will continue to love you. And I can give you advice. But I cannot solve your fucking problems for you. Figure your shit out and do it yourself. If you're over the age of 12, it's time to figure your shit out. But, yeah, she just kept coming up to me like, you just keep blaming me for all of our relationship problems. And I'm still, bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? I didn't even know we had relationship problems. I'm talking about you when I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about our relationship. I'm talking about you. You have problems. You fucking psycho. As far as our relationship went, I thought we had a pretty decent dynamic, and I thought we were actually taking steps of moving towards a better place. You know, you were like actually listening to each other, or at least I thought we were. And I could look at her and say, hey, this is how I'm feeling, and I don't feel up for this, or I'm not in a good place right now. I need some quiet time. Just give me some space and things will be fine in, like a day or two. And she could come to me and she could tell me, hey, I'm really worried about this thing or that thing, and I'm I'm scared of this, or I felt hurt by that. Things like that, and seemed like so obviously good. Or maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm delusional and none of that stuff happened. I honestly don't know anymore. That's kind of why I broke up with her, because I got tired of feeling so fucking crazy. Like, what planet are you on that something that's healthy is viewed as a relationship problem? I honestly, I don't fucking know. I really don't fucking know anymore. She's nice and she's pretty and she's smart and amazing, and I really wanted things to work, but you know, when you start seeing the fucking pattern, it happened the same way every fucking time. We'd be doing great, or at least what I assume is great, and then she'd come to me saying, I feel like you're blaming me for all of our relationship problems. No, no, I'm saying you have problems. I'm not saying I don't have problems. Please point them out, because I don't know what they all are other than I'm a fucking asshole. but you have problems and you're actively working on them and you're even seeing a therapist. So these are your problems. This is what I see in our relationship. This is what I see in our communications with each other. And I still love you and I'm willing to work through it all. And she would say, I just I just really feel like you're blaming me for all of our relationship problems. No. No, see, you are creating a problem in our relationship by saying these words to me. I'm I'm fine with our relationship. And I don't know how to articulate that other than word for word. I am fine with our relationship. What is it, like 6 words? So I don't see a single problem with our relationship. None at all. It doesn't exist. If I saw a problem with our relationship, like you're being rude to me, or I'm not being as sympathetic as I should be, or something like that, I would say there's a problem with our relationship. I would say those words. I don't understand. I just don't under fucking stand. I just don't understand how do other people read so deeply into words, or not deeply enough, I guess. I don't know. How do people do that? How do they not take what is being said to them word for word and analyze those words as they are presented? How do you get through life like that? Who the fuck ties your shoes in the morning? And again, this is me talking about people, not her. But I already know I'm going to get a bunch of comments saying that I'm being mean to her. I think she's fucking brilliant. I think she's one of the smartest people I've met. But I'm saying word for word, how do people not understand what's presented to them? I don't know. People are weird. People are just so weird. I don't understand people. Oh, I guess I'm done with this rant. I've been babbling for almost half an hour. Good night.